Lheandrew. What's up, guys, everybody? I'm originally from the Philippines and I moved down here to the US right in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And now I'm working as a photographer. I started as a photographer, now working as a creative director with LA Prince. Recently, I've been working with a lot of people in the fashion industry and the music industry, and just been just pushing a lot. And now, just making movies. I'm trying to make like movies, trying to push that because photography definitely helped. And then now I went to school at Penn State actually, and I graduated with a film degree. So I'm trying to definitely incorporate my experiences and job experiences with photography into the job experiences now into film
Oh,
industry.
amazing. So what inspired you to get into the whole photography scene and, eventually build on to do films? What was that inspiration? Where did that inspiration come from? What was that little spark of moment where you're just like,
We
man, I gotta do this?
start very good. Hate to say it, but like no, when I was a very much like when I was a kid, I've always been into the whole acting, dancing type of situation. Always loved that aspect. So like I love to just perform and see people perform, choreo. I remember when I was a kid, bro, like me and my best friends back in elementary school, I would just start off not even yeah, I would even just start off like doing choreography and the next thing you know we'd be performing in front of the schools. And I did that with my cousins, like in front of my family. Always just been like that dude that just pushes like people to perform, if not me performing. I've always loved that. And then when I moved down here to the US, my family would always go on vacations. We had that opportunity, so I was very humbled to like have that opportunity for everybody, always travel around, family
Yes.
summertime, you go to North Carolina. We went to Jersey Shore, we would have those family trips. My aunt finally bought a camera for it only, like for her. And
What?
then I touch it, bro. Like I'm telling you, I would take it from her and I would just start taking pictures. That's when it kind of developed um, my my hobby into it.
So
Because
how old
then
were you when you started doing it? Like, how would you say, what was like the age range when
I
you
was
started?
definitely a sophomore in high school when this was yeah. She finally bought the first camera was like Canon Rebel T3. I don't know if you're not familiar with Canons, but like
Yes.
really like mainstream like Costco like camera, Walmart camera. And it Um, so I use it all the time, and then at one point it was like junior year, like the year after it, bro. Like I was like, "Can I just have it?" Like I told my dad, I was like, "Can you just pay for it as my Christmas gift or something?" I don't know exactly what it was. If I either I paid for it or my dad paid for it. We paid for it, and next thing you know, like senior came, I had to take senior pictures of my friends. I would start charging like $25.
What?
Um, Yeah, but it was dope. And then no, the dopest part is there was a really, really dope photographer. His name is Savvy Yu. He's local at Lebanon, Pennsylvania. He was like number one photographer known. And this is how I fell in love more, is because he was working in the industry and I was like, I teach me, like, what's your ways? And then I kind of just like interned. It was dope.
So
And
you,
from then, oh, went to college, met a lot more people, got to network. And then in high school, I was already working in the TV production as a production assistant just because I knew I wanted to get into the TV or film industry. So I was jumped in right away. I would go to like online websites, kind of just applying to become a production assistant. And
hmm.
I was hired. And I met people from then on. I went from a production assistant to like them would call me next year and be like, "Hey, we have another like show we have to do. Would love to have you as the cameraman this time." So like I just worked my way up from then on. Now got into directing. Went to school for directing, and now I don't know. It's just like
It's amazing.
it's it's a lot, but like every story itself is like
It's
it just
precious.
Yeah, I just kept going, honestly.
What was the biggest project that you've ever done? Like, what would you say was your biggest project that you've done so far?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me think about this. My biggest project. I don't know. I'm saying this like I feel like the things that I've been doing are pretty much like short films.
Okay, what's your
Um,
favorite project you've done then? The most favorite project that you had the most fun doing? Because I know there's like one project that you've done that just makes you be
oh,
like, whoa.
uh, it differs. Oh my gosh, bro! Like I'm telling you, I'll be surprising myself every day. But like, I guess like I love doing music videos. I just love doing music videos because they're short versions of like, and I know the most special thing about it honestly is like speaking to the artist that made the song and then them like talking to them and trying to figure out what the hell they were thinking about writing the song. And then it is my job to put it like in vision, in like reality, in the
Yeah.
whole like or something or digital content. So like that's so cool. Like I just love doing music videos like that because like it's music. I feel like music itself changes the whole world differently, and then with like vision itself changes everything else. It's always like a fun thing to do nowadays. Now everybody's like, always on their phone or like everybody just loves music nowadays. Like that's something I love for sure.
So, I gotta, if you could work with any directors right now, if you could be a partner with any director, you can choose up to three. What would be your three favorite directors you would like to either produce a film with? If you could choose three directors.
I don't know their names, but I would love to like wait, let's search it up. Let's search it up. I'm going to cheat right now just
Go ahead.
because
Go ahead.
I director I should know their names. But I know all three already. One is from who directed Black Panther, and just because, oh my gosh, just oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Secondly, I'm gonna have to say like um whoever directed Charlie St. Clouds, because that is such a dramatic movie that I always or me. Okay, wait, let's look at them up.
Yeah, let's look them up. So we got, I know I think the Black Panther guy name was Mike something.
Mike something, yeah.
I think
Wait,
it was Mike something.
he was
Or
dope. See, like if I were to like
no,
direct
Ryan, here it goes, Ryan Coogler. There it goes, Ryan Coogler.
shout out to Ryan Coogler. I'm sorry, bro. Now I know your name. I've known your name, but I just forgot. But no, you don't.
And the crazy thing about it is he's actually a black director. So to
Yeah,
see that he was able to, because it's hard for like people of color to get into into the industry because you know the things that we go through nowadays with racism and all that. So being able to see a black director create a film, and not only just a film become worth $1 billion, make a
yes.
billion dollars in sales, like
Perspective into film industry. Period. He made history, and
yeah,
it's so sad to see Chadwick like literally like die because they could have made such a historical movie and a moving like a movement almost of like a film with the next Black Panther. You know what I mean? Because of all of the
exactly. It's
we
it's
need,
crazy.
and now I'm excited to just like what they're gonna do now. But like, it's so sad.
Yeah, I hate that he passed away. They said that he died of cancer, I think. I think it was cancer that killed him. And
Yeah,
cancer is killing a lot of people, man. It really is. I don't know what his situation was, how severe it was, but it must have been very severe that it, caused the death. But rest in peace to Chad, man. He was really truly an inspirational actor that everyone really loved seeing, and it's like super amazing. So that's awesome. So what words of wisdom do you live by every day to keep pushing forward?
oh my gosh, I think about my father all the time. um, anything I do, because I feel like anything that I'm doing right now is to like just bless him with a lot of the things that he has blessed me growing up. Now I feel like it's my turn. That's why a lot of the films that I wanted to do as narrative style honestly revolves around my life. Like I keep saying, actually, here, one thing I always say, my life is a movie. Period. Like, oh my gosh, like the struggle that I literally have gone through, from sleeping on cardboards, bro. Bro, I remember I was sick. I was in Philippines. I was a little kid. This is when my family was very like unfortunate, but it was cool. I was sleeping on cardboards and I was eating chicken nuggets, and I told myself it's okay. And now I'm here. Like any blessings that I get from now on, and the things that I have been getting, I'm just crazy because like, oh, so sorry. Because like anything is better than like sleeping on a cardboard right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. And to see
So
you come
it's like it's humble. It's humble beginnings. Yeah.
and to see you come from that to like a better situation is just like inspiring. Really, it is. It really is. Um,
And like traveling, not even traveling, meaning like moving to a different country after you've lived in a different country, and then like just seeing so much more opportunities. I feel like I could do it all. Like I'm not gonna lie, like when I moved to US, like there's so much that I thought I could do. Like I could drive a car. I was like, that was insane, bro. Like it's insane. Like that's why I was like, I'm really hoping that everybody could like realize how much privilege that we have here in United States versus the other countries, because I can say that because I know, like I said, I was sleeping on cardboard. So now, I could direct the next blockbuster movie, but like I know my intentions are gonna be great because I know that like my movies are gonna be moving to, because I want my movies to like when you walk out, you realize something that like, dang, like I have to change something in my life to be better. That's always,
yes. Oh my God, yes. Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing. So how was the Philippines like for you? Like what was that lifestyle versus here? What is the big difference that you could tell me that really set set a stone from the US to Philippines?
Oh my God, Philippines are tough heads. Like we would go out and people would literally say things, and like you just have to be so tough. It's like you get rewarded by a lot, like simple things, participation points. Like come on, like we never had, we don't have that in the Philippines. That's why when I came to the US, bro, I felt like in high school I was chilling. Like I didn't do much of my best because I was just trying to like go by it and really focusing on like I was already like in the business world when I was already in high school. That's why like school never made me like the financial aspect. And so like I never was focused on it, but I graduated. Hey, and I actually like knew that I what ever since then, right after graduation, because I was focused on photography, I knew I was just going to be in the business. Period. Where was I going with this?
You were saying that
I
that
say,
you were yeah, you're saying that you were always in the business school, you were floating by, so it's just like, you know, I really like the fact that you have went through, some things in life and have now come to be something that you want to be in life. And that's amazing seeing somebody chase their
oh,
goals and dreams.
oh yeah, yeah. Like I feel like it's so much easier here in the U.S. than it is in the third world country when there's not much opportunities given. Not even educations. Like there's not much education that's given in the Philippines, like that the U.S. So that's one thing that I think was the difference.
Hmm, that is amazing. Yeah, I hear about that all the time, how it's like very hard for other people, especially people in South Africa. I've talked to people from South Africa. They say it's really difficult over there too. Some like a lot
Yeah.
of people I've talked to. So it's like it's crazy, you know.
Yeah, and like education, bro. Like I didn't even know that you could study broadcast journalism. And
Hmm.
that's something I was introduced here in the US. That's why and then like, cause listen, I auditioned to be like in the musical when I moved here, cause I had no friends. So I'm just gonna do everything. And I know I can't do sport. So I was like, let me try on like doing musicals, being in the choir. I was already in the choir, so I was like, let me try out for the musical because I can't be in show choir because I missed the audition. So I tried to be in the musical and I got the lead part. After I got the lead part, the director literally told me, you have to get into the like good morning announcement and whatnot. That's when I fell in love more with like the camera aspect of it. After that, bro, like, where was I going with this?
So you did the good morning announcements at your school?
Yeah, I would say good morning. My name is LA, and I would read off the bro.
Oh my gosh.
Also, why I just like started not giving a shit too, and with that, you can just do whatever at this point.
Hey man, look, I remember the good morning announcements. Those were the best days in the morning time, just being able to look up on the TV and there was somebody just saying, "Good morning, class. How are you today?" And then all the news that would come on for the school, like football games.
Yeah, like bro, that like I was able to study that even with the writing of it, like how to write newspapers. And in the Philippines, I never thought that as that would be a career because back there in the Philippines, the only educations that they give you and that you're thought of is that you're going to be a nurse, a teacher, policeman, all those like non-artistic stuff. And now I have the ability to be that Filipino director that would inspire a lot of people from back home. And then so I can, when I go back home, I'm be like, I can teach you guys this because I'm professional at it. And that's it. That is what my plan is. Like once I know that I've gotten my name here in the block, like the Hollywood, or even just to get into the movie TV screen somehow, the big screen, the big boy big screen, you
Yes,
know,
movie theaters.
I definitely want to take my education that I've thought from going to school in high school, from going to school, and from having the actual experience itself to like back home, and that's always been a goal. So I feel like teaching has just been in my heart. It's just I get I have to be a teacher. I guess you gotta have that like
Skill,
um
heavy skill.
yeah, and that experience to really tell people like the life experience to really tell them the truth about it. Like I feel like that's very important.
Facts. That is very, very important. So, how was your experience with COVID? I know COVID came, and that really affected a lot of people, man. I knew it stopped a lot. So, what was your experience
As
before
a
COVID?
sorry. I was in New York. I was in New York. I was been traveling. Actually, I've been just traveling back and forth. I was in New York, and then I went to Florida, and then I went back to New York, and then this is like in Florida. This is when I'm hearing already that the COVID was like going horribly, and so my father already called me, and I was like, "Don't fly back to New York. Like literally come to Pennsylvania straight. Like fly down to Harrisburg." He was scared. But I went back to New York and it just gotten worse and worse that like it really scared me because like living in New York, working in New York, I could literally tell that nobody was outside. Like it was zombie land. So I had to leave. I left 3 days after I landed. And now I'm back in Pennsylvania. I've just been chilling. I've been chilling. Work itself though never did slow down because right when I came back from Pennsylvania, shout out to everybody that like supported and like they took advantage that I was in Pennsylvania. So I was like, let's get some work done. So that's like so surprising. I think like with the work that I've done, there was trust that even like the people that I worked with from back in high school are still working with me, and that's kind
Oh,
of
that's awesome.
amazing. That's what you want. Like that's the business side of it. And the best part about being like a photographer because it's not really like a business service. It's more of a professional like hanging out type of service because like it's so artistic and it's just like it's really not a big like it's more inspiring rather like heavy on stress. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because you get to not only after the photography and the filming and like the serious stuff, but you get to actually spend time with the people and enjoy the celebration of you creating the art.
Yeah, and like these people like would still hit me up after like 5 years. That's like relationship that I definitely want to have, and like that's very important. Like Drake wouldn't be with which wouldn't be OVO with his partner. And I feel like him and his partner have been together, and that's a solid partnership because they know each other so well. And that's what artists have to understand. Like, if you have a solid team,
Oh yeah, stick with them.
y'all go
Stick with
one
them.
exactly. Yes, sir.
I always look up. I always like have you heard of G Easy?
I love. Oh my god, my roommate listens to G Easy all the
He's
time.
got a great team. Shouts out to G Easy. He's got a wonderful team. He's had people. He has a producer that sticks with him like all the time. Dakari, his security BJ. He's been having them boys around for so long. And like you said, if you have a great solid team, there's nothing that can stop you. And that's like something that I always think about, like having a great team, just knowing that
Mhm.
you two can do great things. People can do great things together if they, come together and build something. That's like amazing. So during lockdown, were you doing work during lockdown, or do you really couldn't do much because everything was kind of just
Um,
shut down?
I was doing work, but there would shoots literally these days would take less than an hour. So I would be, we would still be social distancing. And I would make sure that everyone's okay with it. So I had a couple of shoots, I had a couple of production. I actually shot a music video. Um, oh yeah, I shot a couple of music video and I shot a couple of like cover arts. Did a couple of fashion like photography too while I was at it. Went to LA.
The man said I wasn't locked in the house for 6 months. I was traveling doing work for 6 months.
Yeah, F lockdown on work. Work
See,
itself didn't really stop. Even though my father would yell at me and be like, "Please be careful." So, but like, plane was like cooperating, and I could fly. Why couldn't I fly? Like I flew. So took the chances. Still don't have any COVID, thank God.
that is good.
I'll
That is good. We're all
that.
COVID free.
Yeah, went to LA, did a couple of shoot there. I did a couple of shoot with like Justin Bieber's backup dancer. That was
What?
really dope.
No way.
Yeah, yeah, that's really dope. Cause you know what? Me and my best friend were both freaking out. I was texting her and I was like, I was low key like hype about it, but like when I met him, he was such a cool dude. He's just like one of those like humble dude. Um, Shout out CJ Salvador, like you're dope as
Wait, you
fuck.
hung with Justin himself? You spoke to Justin himself. You got to meet him.
No, Justin backup dancer,
Oh, his
CJ.
backup dancers. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, his backup dancer. Well, then, yeah, of course. I mean, that is awesome that he's humble. I mean, he really, if you think about it, he, I, he really has to be at the end of the day because like we're all humans, So
Yeah,
he may have worked hard and he gets to work behind a dude who has over 140 freaking million people on the gram, but um,
it was cool because like I'm a dancer myself, and like I've been following him, and I always thought he was so talented, like crazy talented. So I was more excited to work with him to get his like popping look because I know my photography be popping. So I'm like just excited to like collab together and get something nice. And then we really killed the shoot. Like we killed it.
man,
Even though it was, like the morning of, but like I think the shoots were just so fun and we killed it. Like it was fun and easy. It was like it took us like 30 minutes to do one look and then another look and then we did like another look.
woo,
Yeah,
nice.
I feel like my photography, like as long as I get my mood board done beforehand, and yeah, and I know exactly like the whole look and aesthetic from the mood board, I can get a shoot done in 15 minutes
And,
because like yeah.
and I bet your prices are higher now too.
No, I'd be helping out. Like it really depends. I'd be helping out. I really do. Um, it really depends on the people for sure. Because
Oh,
there's doing things for free for, especially like my boys that I know that are like so talented that like can't really afford, but I know they're just so talented. I just be pushing free stuff. Like you'd be surprised how much free stuff I actually do. But if you're a corporation, yeah, let's talk about pitch deck. Like, but
oh man. So
yeah,
like,
no. But mostly, a lot of my things that I do now is community based. Like we started like helping out other artists just push their stuff. That's why I started LA Prince for too. Like I've been helping out a lot of upcoming brands just find a foundation and just blow up type of stuff and just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, that is truly amazing. Helping out the community, that's like one big thing that's always going to make you be remembered for what you do in this world. Blessings, very much blessings.
I was in 14 clubs in high school. All I did was help others,
What?
literally.
Wait, how is that even possible?
I don't know. I mean, this is throughout four years though. So like some of them I would show up like left to right at like meetings, but some of them I must be active for, but like they would know that I'm still a part of it.
14 clubs. Oh my gosh, that's a
Yeah,
lot. That is a lot.
I was crazy. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that is a
It
lot.
was, I
So
love it though.
yes, hey, you're inspiring the world, brother. That's all you got to do. You got to help people become, feel inspired by what you do.
I appreciate that.
Of
Yeah.
course, for sure. So, what is a positive message you would like to give people in the world right now? You could tell anybody,
Positive.
everybody.
Create your own success. It doesn't have to be the same as everybody else. If it means work less, create more, do that. Honestly, that's the best part. That's for a lot of creatives. Just keep creating. Um, Picasso, is that what his name?
For what? Picasso? Yeah.
Picasso did not make just 10 specific art. He definitely made more than 10 good art that was not recognized. So just like keep creating. Do you?
Yes. That is awesome. And that's something to
Yeah,
live by every day.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wake up and I'm like, how can I be dope with the rest of the stuff that, and how can I grow from this? How can I build this knowledge and be able to put it in the back of my head so then when I teach, I'm ready to teach. Like, how can I do this gracefully? How can I do this nice and balanced? And how can I just do this like to enjoy it and just, I don't know,
Yes. So, what are your plans for
just
the rest of 2020? What's that stack plan?
2020. I'm about to just keep fucking it up. Heard me?
Yes. Heard.
I think Drake said that, and that's been my anthem. So I'm gonna just stick to that for now. I don't really know because with the things that I do, a lot of the things just pop up here and there and plans. So just watch out, everybody. I'm ready to drop more. There is a lot of things that I've been working on that isn't being dropped yet. So like, it's a lot of exciting things.
Hey, you got to have the little drafts behind the back before you start releasing
Yeah.
them into actual production. So, hey,
And until then, please, please keep following, keep supporting. I know I will keep making things that are going to be moving and inspiring until we see it in the blockbuster movies.
yes. So, the last question of the day is what changes did you make in your life to be where you are now? And are you happy with your life right
Not giving a fuck about what other people think. And am I happy about? Yes, because I don't have to think about what the fuck they think about me. All I gotta think about is what I think about myself, and I think that's the most important part.
now? Yes. And that's honestly a blessing. And I
Yeah,
honestly
that's
thank you.
like that's literally your own identity. Yeah, you can't fight that.
Yes, you are who you are. You be who you want to be and make who you want to make out of yourself, and that's like very important. Very, very
Yes,
important.
and thank you so much for what you're doing.
You're
Because
very welcome.
it's literally just keep going, bro. Like I just because of you, I just want to keep going. People that like wants to recognize are the things that we do is very, very important because it's like a comment on Instagram. Like you get excited. Like it's very exciting.
Of course, and I'm glad that I could share your story with the world. I mean, everyone needs to know how artistic and how, creative that you are and your talent and like who you are and where you came from and just get to know what makes you LA, what makes you do what you do, what makes you great and leave a mark in the world that you're trying to leave. So you know, I'm glad that I was able to interview you today, and I'm like, I'm blessed. I'm honestly inspired by hearing your story. It makes me want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? It makes me want to continue to keep doing more video interviews and sharing more stories around the world and just telling more people about other people's lives because it inspires us all to be great. And this is what brings us all together because we're all
You're
showing love.
like you literally surprise yourself. I surprise myself every day. So
Hey, we all do. And I thank you so much for really joining me today. It's amazing. Really, really look forward to talking with you more.
I
And you know,
like leaving this conversation. I don't even want to leave.
I don't either. Trust me, I don't. But hey,
That was
we're always gonna keep in contact for sure,
yeah,
for sure. I'm follow you, hit you up. We're gonna, talk and just have a good time, brother. Like real talk. It's always love here, man. It's always love. That's. I always put up this sign. It's always love.
and keep doing you guys. Okay.
Peace. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye.